Welcome to yet another LEZZGOOOOOOOO video, special video. We're going to the Olympics. We did it, guys. We did it. We did it. It's been a crazy week, and my room's feeling it. I don't want to deal with it right now, but it's fine. Back to the grind, really. So Nationals was very, very successful. Back to the grind, going to the rink, do a Q&A, talk about some stuff. We gotta catch up. It's been a while. Let's do it. Okay, so in the past 2 months, I've become a much bigger fan of coffee. I've become a coffee expert. Got it all dialed in. Trust me, I know exactly what I'm doing. I even weigh the beans. Wasn't quite perfect. The extraction was a little too quick. Actually, that's pretty good. Depending on the day, sometimes I'll just have the shot, but today I want to, shake it up a little bit, so. And after all that work, we've got a perfect something. I don't know if it's a cappuccino or a macchiato, whatever you want to call it, but it's got some sick latte art. It's a work in progress, we're getting there. We're getting there. The rink has essentially become a ghost town because we are in lockdown, like I said, and there's almost no one who's allowed to skate right now. There's only like 5 people who are allowed to skate. Yeah, it's the strictest lockdown we've had since the original no skating lockdown. This is like my own private little quarters. We don't want to catch anything before the games, so my isolated area of the rink, this is it. Basically, the penalty box is my little private cubicle. As you know from past videos, I usually come out on that side, but just to minimize kind of contact and that sort of thing, isolating myself from the world. You just got to do what you got to do. We're tested pretty often, so I just got a test yesterday, which is like about 2 weeks out of taking off, and then there's going to be 2 more tests before takeoff, and then there's going to be more tests when we arrive in Beijing. That whole time I have to be like extremely careful, can't see anyone, it's like that what if, that biggest what if. And if it's as transmissible as what they say, it's like freaky, man, really freaky. But other than that, I'm a little brain dead right now. I'm a little better now, but early in the week when I got on, I could feel I was pretty fatigued, pretty tired. Nationals was a very exciting week. I'll talk more about it later. I gotta go start training, but definitely very excited. Really proud of myself and my team, what we could pull off that weekend. Massive thank you. I want to say massive thank you to everyone who was involved. I'm sure I'm gonna miss someone, but just to make it simple, everyone that was involved, all you fans, all the coaches, all my sports science team, all my funding outlets, Sport Canada, Skate Ontario, Can Fund, Quest for Gold. All of you guys have helped me reach this special moment. So now we just gotta continue training because it's nowhere near over. This is real now. It's getting real.
Nope.
Okay, we're good. Back to my little cubicle. So I've been wearing these, I don't know if you can see it, KN95 masks. Supposedly more effective. Hard to get real ones. I had to do like a ton of research and hunt down an authentic KN95, and I bought like, I think a pack of 100. They were a little pricey, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And in Beijing, it's mandatory. You cannot be, as far as I understand, you can't be in the village wearing anything else. It's KN95 only. I feel better now than I did like Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Friday. Still a little bit like brain fog. So like my concentration is not peak. So that's what I mean when I say I'm like brain dead. It's like brain fog. It's probably a better way to explain it. I definitely felt a little more brain activity that session than earlier in the week. But I'm not doing anything crazy right now. Not like high intensity or high repetition, high volume. Therapeutic skating. That's what it is. Therapeutic skating. Decided for this session to move the camera just so I don't have to play with it while I'm on the ice. I think the corner of the ice should be good. It'll give me some pretty awesome ice coverage. Unfortunately, it's gonna be behind glass, so I can't interact with you guys. It'd be like that. Made it, last day of the week, complete. Honestly, I think the best part right now is I actually get to skate on Olympic size. Basically every competition in North America is on NHL size. And I hate it. It's not my friend at all. It's so much smaller, I feel trapped, like I can't actually fly. Now I don't have to worry about that. No more NHL, no more North American competitions for the rest of the season. I'm okay with that. Once you go Olympic, you never go back. I still gotta do a bit of a workout and then gonna head home and we'll do a quick Q&A section at the studio. Answer some of those questions and we'll talk more in depth about what's going on. We're back in the studio for the first time in a long time. Let's get to some of those questions. There have been a lot of this question and it is, will you do a vlog at the Olympics? Will you do a blog at the Olympics? Are you going to do this? So, I'm going to make it short and sweet for you guys. No, it's not happening. And I'm not even trolling. Like I'm straight up being honest with you. It's not happening. Two reasons. Okay, two main reasons. For the most part, I never really vlog my events. If you look at my old events, yes, there have been some vlogs at events, but they were really like brief, very behind the scenes, and for the most part, it's because I'm in a different mindset when I'm at competition. I'm there to compete, and so that's what takes priority. But for the most part, I was planning to get some behind the scenes of the Olympic Village and, like what we'd be eating or that kind of stuff. That's okay. Like I was definitely okay with doing that kind of stuff. Just like really brief clips of stuff here and there, but that's not going to happen because the number two reason is I am not allowed to at all. Apparently, no video can be taken at all, any video. I'm pretty sure this extends to like Snapchat stories and Instagram stories. If they're like found, you can face certain repercussions or something. I haven't gotten the full details yet, but apparently stills are okay. So you can take pictures, but videos are a big no-go. And that's probably to do with all the broadcasting with Olympics, all the copyright stuff, a lot of legal stuff, paper stuff that honestly, I don't want to infringe upon. It's not worth my time or money to do it. So no Olympic vlog, no clips. I mean, I think I can take like videos for myself and for personal use, but for public distribution, I think it's a hard no. So it is what it is. Why have you been mostly absent from YouTube? Did it distract or interfere with your training plans? For the most part, it's a different year. Olympic year hits different. So I kind of slowed down with posts. I would say in general, I wasn't very active on social media for the past 3-4 months, just because it's like really busy and like a lot of noise and a lot of build up around the event. And that's good. It's fantastic that, there's a lot of attention being brought to the sport, and it's good that people are following along. But for me, it's just like, I want to stay focused. You know what I mean? Not that I'm never going to post YouTube videos anymore. It's just the past few months have been different. social media wise, people speak differently now. So I just kind of like took a slight like step back from it. And yeah, that's about it. I still intend on, being here. Don't worry. Don't leave. Subscribe. Do your thing. When did you really start planning and training to try and go to the Olympics? It's not like I decided like 6 months ago and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start training for the Olympics. It doesn't work like that. It's like a very long process. So I knew my first, like when I was younger, my first age eligible year would have been when I was 18. So that would have been 2018 Olympics. Honestly, I tried my best to go hard and go crazy through those 4 years to try and develop and be high enough for those Olympics. And at the end of the day, I wasn't, and I couldn't make it for 2018. But then after that, it's okay, next 4 years of training. And so I don't know if there's like a moment where you're thinking, okay, I'm going to start training for the Olympics. It's just kind of like train as hard as you can, do your thing, and then the Olympics, those 4 years, eventually they catch up to you. And once you're there, it's like, all right, hopefully I make it. Will your family be able to go with you to Beijing? That's a no. That's a hard no again. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure there's going to be no spectators. I don't want to get quoted on this, so somebody can correct me in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be very minimal traffic. And I've been told it's going to be a very, very different Olympics and not like the usual Olympics. It's going to be very restricted. It's going to be different. Honestly, I don't have a reference. I don't care. It is what it is. Best place in Canada to skate outside? Alberta, I would say. Never been. It just looks really cool. It looks like the place to be on Instagram. Hold on. Is it Lake Louise? Skate there. I want to skate there. Will you continue skating after this season? If not, what are your plans for the future? Yes. How nervous/anxious are you about catching COVID before the Olympics? Okay. This is actually a very, very good question. I think I was really actually worried about catching COVID before nationals. That would have been a big deal. I did everything I could. I really didn't have any. It's kind of sad. I didn't really have a Christmas. I didn't really have a New Year's this year. It was very, very quiet. Very, very quiet Christmas and New Year's. Didn't see, like, I cut people out of my life. I didn't see my family. I didn't even see my girlfriend. I just like straight up was like, okay, time to stop. And the reason being is like, mostly it's just like, what if, and in Ontario, I think we were getting like 20,000 cases a day. I think. Does that sound right? I don't know. Something insane. And it was supposedly a low estimate. So if you're getting that many a day, it's not crazy if you actually get it, It's not like unexpected. It's not like you lost the lottery, you know what I mean? It's like quite likely that you might get it. Like if I tested positive, it would have been really tough, right? First of all, you're going to be sick. Then you're not going to be able to skate for a while. And then you have to isolate. It's tough, right? So I wanted to avoid that at all costs. And for the most part, I so far did a good job. I got my booster as soon as I could. So I'm boosted. Where I did whatever I could. I felt like that's all I could, like in my control, do anything. And it's bad because it's like to a degree not in your control. Like if it floats around and some of the people around you, it's like sucks, like absolutely sucks. And now going into Olympics, kind of the same deal. Thankfully, Ontario seems to be doing a little better. And like I said, we're in a lockdown. So I don't see anyone, right? The rink, we have like 3 or 4 skaters on the ice. Often it's just me on the ice right now. I have my own little private section. So I'm really not seeing anyone. It's a little bit weird. Definitely weird. I just have to kind of like hold out for a while because we're getting tested now quite a bit going into the games. Got my test yesterday. And then we're going to do, I think, 2 more tests just before takeoff. And then probably more tests in China. Once we get into the bubble and everyone's tested, it's supposedly supposed to be the safest place on the planet, which makes sense. Everyone's tested going into that bubble. And once you go in, you don't go out. Once you go out, you're not coming in. So, yeah. Overall, I'd say there's definitely a high anxiety level because to a degree, you can only control so much. And yeah, just hoping for the best. Do you listen to Stray Kids? I really want to know. Hee hee. Yes. The first thought in your head/emotion after finishing free program at nationals. I think like the initial thought is like, hell yeah. That's like the first thought, the initial thought. And then after that, you start thinking like, oh, was that enough? I made a mistake on the lutz. Why would I do that? But for the most part, I was pretty pleased with what I did. Once I did the score, it was just kind of a waiting game, you know, and waiting to see if it was enough. And thankfully, it was. I think that's it for this video. Overall, really happy with how the weekend panned out. I'm still a little tired. I'm not like 100% back into full training. Starting next week, going hard, going ham, going hard. Looking forward to this whole big experience. Really excited, really thankful. And thank you for all the congratulations. It's gonna be a fun next month or so. So on that note, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.